Okay, so the Series 12 news just keeps on coming, and this time we've got confirmation that the Cybermen are coming back for Series 12. Now, this is something that I've spoken about before, and I talked about it on a live stream as soon as this whole Cyberman rumour was being speculated, and now we've pretty much seen confirmation of that. Well, I say pretty much. It's guaranteed that they're returning now, because we've seen set photos from everyone's favourite hashtag, DWSR. Now, from the back, these Cybermen kind of look like the Cypress Industries ones. I don't know whether they're based off of that design, or whether they're... obviously, they're going to be a new design. Chibnall's always going to want to put his own spin on these classic villains. But I don't know, like, how different they're going to be from what we've seen before. So as you can see here, it's very difficult to get a full shot of them, because they're wearing, I assume, blankets to stay warm. But you've got a platoon of Cybermen walking up Nash Point, Clifftop Cafe at Nash Point, and you can see that they're sort of, I'm guessing, like a platoon or a squadron or something like that. But yeah, you can tell from the back that they do take some heavy inspiration from the Cypress Industries ones. Obviously, if you look at the feet, the Cyberman, like, the feet are very heavily inspired by the Cypress Industries ones, with the sort of round boot that they've got going on. If you remember the line from Army of Ghosts and Doomsday, a footprint doesn't look like a boot. And that's very heavily reflected in this design. They've also got the black outlines, which you could kind of see on the Cypress Industry models. The arms look different. Obviously, it's difficult to tell how different they look just from this picture, but they appear to have a more visible laser and, like, chunkier arms with smaller hands. Maybe more, they almost look like more mechanical hands. Like, whereas something like the Cypress Industry and even the Nightmare in Silver models, they look like fully formed hands. These look more like a robot's hands, which is certainly an interesting design choice. Do I think this episode will be good? Probably not. This is all I've seen of them so far, but I think they're very heavily taking inspiration from the Cypress Industries models. How, for all we know, they could be some remodeled Cypress Industry ones. Yeah, so it is interesting. And as you can see, there's someone following behind on it with a camera. I don't know whether there are any more pictures of the Cybermen for Series 12, but this is the one I can see. My hopes for this episode, mainly just that it's serviceable. That's all I can really ask for from Chibnall at this point. Just don't make it painful to watch. I know you probably will, but all I want is some decent entertainment, you know. And don't call them cyber people. Sounds silly to say, but it's something I could actually see Chibnall doing if given a chance. So we must not allow him to get that chance. If he does that, we must speak out about it, because we cannot allow for Chibnall to keep just wrecking the established mythos of the show. I mean, the mythos was already destroyed enough by Stephen Moffat, in my opinion, and we don't need Chibnall to do even more damage. But yeah, that's the only image we've got. I don't know whether these Cybermen are Mondasian, or whether they're maybe Talos Cybermen, or Cybers Cybermen, or a new variant entirely. The rumour that was going about was that this story would take place in Victorian times. So perhaps this will be a new origin for the Cybermen, where they are created in Victorian times. I don't know how you create something this advanced in Victorian times. But then again, the Cyber King was created during the sort of Edwardian period Victorian period, around that sort of time. So I suppose it's not out of the realm of possibility to have Cybermen from the Victorian era. However, I don't know whether they would look this polished if they were made in Victorian times. However, we don't know what effects they're going to lay on, add on to these Cybermen yet. CGI could play a bigger role, so it could change this design. You know, it could make this design look completely different to how it does now. It's obviously very hard to tell. I do hope that they return to sort of more human elements. Even though I like the Cypress Industries design, I do agree that they can look too robotical at times. Is robotical even a word? And that goes double for the Nightmare and Silver variants, who are very, very robot, very, very Iron Man inspired. And I just don't think it works for what's supposed to be an allegory for overuse of tech. I think the Mondasian and the Tomb Cybermen execute that a lot better. The Tomb Cybermen do it best, in my opinion. I know people love the Mondasian Cybermen, but personally, I always loved the more monotone voices of the Tomb ones.
You shall be like us.
I always liked the fact that you could tell that there was some human inspiration, but it wasn't too overt. But it wasn't too robotic either. In my opinion, the Tomb of the Cybermen ones strike that perfect balance. And I hope that's something that these Cybermen have. I doubt it. It's probably just going to be another throwaway romp with the Cybermen, where they'll probably be overshadowed by another villain again, be it maybe the Master, or because he was rumored to return as well. So I might be putting two and two together and saying perhaps the Master could return in this Cyberman episode. It's not unheard of. It happened in Dark Water, Death in Heaven, World Nothing, Time and the Doctor Falls. It's happened in quite a few episodes now, so that could possibly happen. I can't remember which historical figure it was, but the Doctor was supposed to be meeting a historical figure in this Series 12 episode, which he apparently met during an 8th Doctor audio adventure. Please feel free to tell me what that historical figure is in the comments, because my mind's just drawn a blank. But it is certainly interesting, and it's good that we're finally getting some new stuff to look at, even if it is just Cybermen from the back. You know, it's something at the very least. I think now in the next few months we're going to get more and more stuff, because they've got to try and build hype as best they can if they want any chance at salvaging viewership. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if there was a trailer in a few months' time, because there kind of has to be, to build the hype back up, because Doctor Who hype is kind of at an all-time low. If you look up like Doctor Who Series 11 and Doctor Who Series 12 as like on Google Trends, if you put those two search terms in, they're at an all-time low. The only reason Chris Chibnall had a spike was because of channels like myself and others reporting on Chris Chibnall being fired. That's the only reason his name had a spike. But this is certainly interesting. And obviously it's being filmed at Nash Point. You can see some comments to the side there. Loving the Cyberman design so far. Looks like they're blending with the time period. Still wondering if the Judoon are as well. That's something I wanted to talk about briefly. I don't think the Judoon take place in a historical episode. I could be wrong. I think it's more a modern episode. They don't seem to be embracing the time period with the Judoon. They seem to be pretty much what we got in Series 3, I believe, with Smith and Jones. They seem to be pretty much the same, besides the hair, which I know a lot of people got up in arms about, but honestly, it seems like a natural change. It's no different to different eye colours for Ood, because in The Doctor's Wife, we had neon green oud colours, which, wasn't seen before, but it was a nice addition. And that's kind of the thing I think about the Jadoon having hair. It's not too big of a deal, and, I think it's a fine addition. But, yeah, that about wraps it up. Let me know what you think about the new Cybermen's design in the comments below. Let me know if you would like them to be more robotic or more humanoid. Let me know what your favourite Cyberman design is down in the comments below. Let's see if we can get this video to 50 likes. 50. I know I don't normally set like goals, but it would be really cool if we could hit 50 on this video. Yeah, with that said, like, comment and subscribe. Have a great day. Once again, videos coming out are going to be a bit slow because I'm still using my laptop for the time being. At the time of recording this, we are getting someone out to look at my PC, hopefully get it repaired. So, because I want to hold off on doing live streams until, obviously, the PC's fixed, because it's a lot quicker. I struggle to do a lot of stuff on my laptop because it's not really meant for heavy usage. So you can imagine me trying to render this video. The last one I did, the 14th Doctor one, took ages to render, which is why it was all the more disheartening when it got demonetized. Yeah, so I can't actually make any of the profits off of that video, which is a shame because it did really well. Because I used that 3 minutes of Clara music to cover up background noise. So for some reason, 3 minutes of music means that they get to claim the entirety of the revenue. YouTube's monetization is so messed up, which is why I'd like to leave links down below to the Patreon. Now that my audience is growing, it would be nice if you can contribute. Now I understand, obviously, not all of you will be able to, and that's perfectly fine. As long as you're here for my videos, then you get a star in my book. But if you can, by any means, financially contribute to the channel to keep the news coming and to keep my videos coming, then even just $1 a month is of great help. So again, thank you all for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe, and I will see you